Well, there you go. Pokemon FireRed and LeafGreen are making their way to the Nintendo Switch in like a week. They're releasing them on the original Nintendo Switch via the eShop, which is interesting on multiple levels. Firstly, they are releasing them as Nintendo Switch eShop titles separately, so you'll have to purchase them on top of your Nintendo Online subby if you have one. They don't seem to be getting physical copies at all, so don't expect a physical bundle, a cool statue, don't expect stickers, don't expect anything cool with it. And I've heard each title will release at $20, which is a lot for what they are. Look, Nintendo move in such mysterious ways that I don't even understand it most of the time. I can't even predict if they are good or bad marketing moves, because sometimes they work and sometimes they don't. It's totally, like, seemingly random. I'm sure they've got a formula for it. I don't know. But I will say, for at least one of the details, I think it's a bad move that there are no physical editions. At least none being advertised right now. If they are not going to put it on the subscription we pay for in the Game Boy Advance section that it belongs, because they were released on it, because they want more money out of it, might as well throw collectors a bone and let them get a physical copy with some extras included. They have released Pokemon games on the NSO before, so we know that there is a monetary motivation for this particular title due to its popularity, but it just sucks even more when there are no extra features with it. I do understand people prefer the release being purchasable, like a purchasable item that you keep on the eShop, and instead of being something that like disappears whenever you stop paying, like how the subscription works. But if you're going to appeal to the buyer and owner idea, then commit and let people have a cartridge that won't ever go away so long as the cartridge works, you know? I think, for example, the physical Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster bundle for the Nintendo Switch was really cool. It got me into the Final Fantasy series. It would be nice for Nintendo to adopt a mentality like that a little more. I would not have purchased that bundle if it didn't tickle my collector's mentality. The Super Bomberman collection just released on Nintendo Switch. They featured it in a partner showcase, and it's getting a really awesome collector's edition, as well as all the extra digital goodies like the concept art that's on the actual title and some extra games the Pokemon games just aren't going to have. It's just not going to be there. It's just going to be vanilla. We all know that. I don't know. It just feels like the bare minimum isn't even being met for a digital or a physical copy compared to what the rest of the industry is doing with Nintendo. But that is Nintendo and the Pokemon Company for you. They make decisions that get the internet buzzing, including myself, that do take away from the game, which sucks because I'm actually really excited for the game, despite the fact that I'm going to have to pay for it on top of the GBA collection that I pay for. Because I have not played this remake. I'm really excited for it. I only played Yellow on the 3DS back in like 2016 or whenever it came out. That was the first time I played through the original Yellow, and then I played that remake on the Switch, but this is the first time playing through these titles. I'm very excited to play them, these remakes, unusual release or not. Look, I know this is a preliminary announcement because they do have a Pokemon Direct coming up by the Pokemon Company on the 27th, and that might be very interesting if this is a really tiny title compared to what they release. Maybe my tune and a lot of people's tune would change based on that. So, I mean, we'll see. Maybe they'll have some killer announcements in the Direct. I am kind of just predicting the Pokemon Farming Sim title will just have some expanded information like some Pokemon Go release. That is kind of, you know, that's kind of just where my bar's at. So if it's anything higher than that, then great. That's kind of interesting anyway. I would like to know some more information on what they've already got released coming up. But, you know, maybe they'll have a mystery dungeon or something, and that's exciting. You know, we'll have to find out. Hopefully this is a super preliminary announcement. But if it's not, and they just dropped it because of the leaks, like sort of was what's being speculated, and it was kind of like one of the better announcements, that'll be disappointing. But, you know, You never know. What do you guys think? I'm really excited to play it, but it was a weird announcement. It was lots of weirdness.